Imagine hearing the words life in prison and knowing you'll never taste freedom again. For some, it's a moment of shocking disbelief. For others, a complete breakdown. In today's video, we're diving deep into the raw, emotional reactions of 10 individuals sentenced to life in prison. From courtroom breakdowns to emotional outbursts, these cases reveal the profound impact of facing a lifetime behind bars. Stay tuned as we uncover the intense and often heartbreaking responses to one of the most severe penalties in the justice system. 1. Jodi Arias. First up is Jodi Arias, convicted of the brutal murder of her ex-boyfriend, Travis Alexander. During her trial, Arias was known for her emotional outbursts and shifting demeanor. When sentenced to life without the possibility of parole, her reaction was a mix of shock and despair. The weight of the sentence hit her hard as she struggled to accept the reality of her future behind bars. 2. Darren Van. Next, we have Darren Van, a serial killer convicted of multiple murders. His sentencing was marked by a range of emotions, including visible distress and confusion. The gravity of his crimes and the prospect of never leaving prison took a significant toll on him. 3. James Holmes. James Holmes, the perpetrator of the Aurora Theater shooting, was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. His courtroom behavior was marked by severe emotional disturbance. During his sentencing, Holmes had a notable breakdown, showing just how deeply the weight of his actions and the life sentence affected him. 4. Richard Speck. Richard Speck, convicted for the murder of 8 student nurses, experienced a notable breakdown during his sentencing. The realization of his multiple life terms seemed to overwhelm him, leading to an emotional reaction that underscored the severity of his situation. 5. Scott Peterson. Scott Peterson, convicted of murdering his wife Lachi and their unborn child, reacted with denial and disbelief when sentenced. His emotional outbursts and subsequent legal maneuvers highlighted his struggle to accept the finality of his life sentence. 6. Charles Manson. Charles Manson's reaction to his life sentence was less dramatic initially, but his time in prison was marked by significant mental distress and erratic behavior. Manson's emotional turmoil and eventual deterioration of his mental state were evident throughout his imprisonment. 7. Aileen Wuornos. Aileen Wuornos, a serial killer executed in Florida, showed severe distress and emotional breakdowns during her trial and sentencing. Her moments of intense emotional outbursts were a stark reflection of her turbulent mental state and the harsh reality of her impending execution. 8. Lyle and Eric Menendez. The Menendez brothers, Lyle and Eric, were convicted of the murder of their parents. Their sentencing phase was marked by dramatic courtroom reactions and emotional turmoil. The intense distress they exhibited reflected the profound impact of their life sentences on their psyche. 9. Jesse James Hollywood. Jesse James Hollywood, convicted of kidnapping and murdering a teenager, showed visible signs of emotional breakdown during his sentencing. The realization of facing a life behind bars was a heavy blow, evident from his psychological distress. 10. O.J. Simpson. Finally, O.J. Simpson, convicted on charges of armed robbery and kidnapping, reacted to his life sentence with a mix of disbelief and distress. Although his case involved various legal complexities, his emotional reaction was a significant aspect of his sentencing phase. These reactions highlight just how intense and life-altering a life sentence can be. From shock and despair to denial and breakdowns, the emotional impact of such sentences is profound and often heartbreaking. If you found this video insightful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more in-depth explorations of notable cases and events.